Right, so I clicked the start streaming. In theory, I should be live. Evening, folks. Sorry, a couple of minutes late. It's, if you've read the description, you'll probably guess I haven't really got much of a plan for this one. I've just kind of had a spur of the moment and gone live. We got Stu there. Evening, Stu. Did I inspire you? Maybe. I think it was probably inspired more by boredom, to be honest. I've got my trip to the States next week, and I'm supposed to be studying. This is one book. There's about another 4 over there, and another one of them is twice the thickness of that one. So I've been crunching away at those books, and my head's kind of spinning with all sorts of weird and wonderful aviation-based diagrams. So I couldn't hack it anymore. I've got a couple of hours to myself. My partner's away at work, so I thought, let's just go live and see what happens. So, okay, not much plan on this. I guess the traditional thing, as always, start on 40 meters. So get some headphones. I'll switch you over on the computer over here. And 40 is actually looking pretty busy. So we'll see if we can find a clear space. Which screen shall I give you? Let's give you that one tonight. Right, so you should be able to hear the radio. And I need to find myself a clear frequency. I know you can't see the band scope. I'm looking up maybe somewhere around here, just below 180 maybe. $180 on the dot. Give that a go. Tune. Just make sure we're tuned up. Tweak there. Right. Fire. Here's the frequency in use, M0GQC. Here's the frequency in use. Anyone using the frequency? This is Mike 0, Golf Quebec Charlie. Evening, Alex. CQ, 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 CQ. Mike 0, Golf Quebec Charlie. M0GQC calling CQ. Standing by for any calls. CQ, 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 CQ. This is Mike 0, Golf Quebec Charlie. M0GQC calling CQ. Standing by for any calls. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what to expect this time of night. I wonder if Vintage might be dying off slightly. We'll give it a bit of a crack. CQ, 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 CQ. This is Mike 0, Golf Quebec Charlie. Mike 0, Golf Quebec Charlie calling CQ. Standing by for any calls. Not at home at the moment. Yeah, that's all right, Stu. We'll give it a few calls, see what happens. Someone will find me sooner or later, I'm sure. Maybe give 80 a go as well. CQ, 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 CQ. From Mike 0, Golf Quebec Charlie. Mike 0, Golf Quebec Charlie calling CQ. Standing by for any calls.
Golf 1, Juliet Sierra Foxtrot.
Golf 1, Juliet Sierra Foxtrot. There's a very familiar call sign. Evening, John.
Good evening to you, good sir. And how are we this evening?
My head's kind of spinning, to be honest. I don't know if you saw the introduction. I've been reading the study books ahead of my educational trip to the States next week, and my head's absolutely spinning with all sorts of diagrams. So I'm meant to be studying, but I kind of needed a bit of a break, so I thought I'd have a bit of fun on the radio. Go ahead.
G1 Joseph returning. Well, I think you want to knuckle down, keep your academic head on, and make sure that you don't flunk it at the end of the session. Is there any chance that you could actually fail miserably, Go?
Well, put it this way, the company's recruited quite a few new people, and they put them all through it, and I think about 30 or 40 maybe even more than that actually, possibly 50 people have been through it, and so far only one person has failed. So fingers crossed, as long as I really knuckle down on it, and I've got a good head start on the books, to be fair, I think I should be all right. I'm told it's an absolute nightmare of a course. It's I'm expecting 2 weeks of complete hell, but not impossible. Go ahead.
Yes, I think you just need to stay focused and keep off the sauce, I think. Turning up with a hangover and smelling a curry might not be the way forward. So, just keep it nice and simple, keep it nice and sweet. Knuckle, you'll be fine, for goodness sake. Anyway, there's not many people about today. What's going on? Back to you.
Yeah, but like I said, I've had a bit of an advantage here because one of my friends went out and did the course about a month ago. So I've commandeered all the books from him. So a lot of people don't get the books until they actually arrive in the States. So I've had a week or so reading the books before getting to the States, and I've got about another week to go. So I think I've got a bit of an advantage there. But yeah, I was thinking that it does seem to be a bit quiet tonight, even in the live chat as well. There's we got Ron's just joined us. We got Stu there and Alex, but yeah, it does seem a bit quiet tonight. I'm a bit later than usual. I normally try and go live a little bit earlier, so maybe I've left it a bit late. People are having dinner or something. Back to you.
No, I think it's just a state of the band. You look at how many people are on, or what's it must be just, what is it, Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening blues. It's also getting damn dark very early. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, Nathan, we'll get you in a minute.
Is drawing in or whatever. Anyway, is it this weekend that the clocks do something, go?
I can't actually remember, to be honest. As I'm speaking to you, I'm frantically firing up my phone, and I'll have a look. But yeah, I mean, it's getting towards that time of year, isn't it? The clocks or the lights, the evenings are drawing in. Yeah, according to my calendar on my phone here, it's this Sunday. The clocks change, so yeah, we've got that to contend with. I can't remember. Does it get lighter in the evenings or darker in the evenings when we change? I think it's darker, isn't it? I could be wrong. Back to you.
Yeah, it's something falling back and something leaping forward, and I'm never too sure whether it's spring back, fall forward, or the other way round. But it's one of them. I mean, we've got a 50-50 chance of getting it right, haven't we? But there we go. Anyway, great to chat to you. Glad to see that you're all right. And I was surprised that you were on, actually. I thought you'd have gone by now. But anyway, you take care. You stay safe and have fun. And pass that test, won't you? Golf 1, Juliet Sierra Foxtrot.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, spring forward, fall back, and I'm looking on the live chat. All the guys on the live chat are telling me that it gets darker in the evening, so I shall take their word for it. I think that's right. And yeah, Alex says he's got me sussed out there. He's in fact cooking dinner. All right, thanks a lot, John. Good to get you in the log. 7-3.
Yeah, 7-3, mate. You take care and stay safe. Have a good time. Ta-da.
Yeah, all the best, mate. QRZ M0 GQC.
Golf 5 Kilo Charlie India.
Golf 5 Kilo Charlie India. Evening. Oh, Nathan. Sorry, it took me. It's your new call sign. It still throws me. I think I've only worked you. Is it twice or 3 times I've worked you on that? Looking at the log, it's only twice. So haven't quite got it lodged in my brain yet. It takes me a couple of seconds. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's fine, James. All good. I'm not sure I'm still quite used to it yet. At least I've stopped calling Golf 5 2 Echoes. Oh no, start again. So yeah, getting to grips with it. Well, yeah, as John said, good luck with your course. I guess that's going to be a bit more brutal than doing the full license. I think it's a bit more important that you know the material. I'm imagining you can't really get it wrong when you're applying it in real life, I suppose.
Well, we try not to. I mean, there's plenty of recorded occurrences where engineers have got it wrong with aircraft, but we we try and not to. To be honest, like I said, I've been doing this years as on the UK licensing or the European licensing system, so it's just converting to the American license. But what they've done is, because we're already experienced and qualified, they've put us on a fast track, so it's quite an intense course. So I'm basically doing what was for me a 4-year apprenticeship. We're doing it in 2 weeks, so yeah, kind of dreading it a little bit, but like I say, just get out there, get my head down, and get it done. I think it works out. There's I think there's 3 exams which we do every other day, and then there's a practical assessment and an oral assessment as well, which is the second week. So going to be fairly intense, but it is what it is. I've got till I fly out next Saturday, so I've got till next Saturday to sit down and read books, and got about a 9-hour flight to brush up just beforehand as well. So I think we'll be all right, Nathan. Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger. Go 5 Kilo Charlie in the returning. Yeah, that's 4 years in 2 weeks. That'll be interesting. So I'm sure you'll be fine though. Just bring that knowledge out from the back of the brain. One quick question on that. I presume that the American companies are all using metric these days, at that sort of level of engineering, or do you have to mess around converting all that as well? I'd find that incredibly difficult. I'm absolutely useless when it comes to bolt sizes measured in fractions. Doesn't make any sense. But I presume with you being so busy, you're not going to be doing CQ Worldwide SSB this weekend. I'm quite looking forward to that, as long as my QRM stays away. It was my first contest last year. I didn't take it very seriously, but I joined in just to see what the fuss was about with these contests. And I really enjoyed it, and I got some quite rare DX in the log. So I thought this year I'm not trying to win a category or anything, but I'm going to take it a bit more seriously and see if I can get a respectable number of QSOs in there over the weekend. So anyway, back to you, James. M0 GQC from G5 KCI.
Yeah, CQ Worldwide, to be brutally honest, I don't know, I'll probably, I might do a live stream in there. I mean, the thing is, technically it's cheating because you're broadcasting your frequency, but I'm never going to win anything on that. So, you know, the sort of people that win do the whole weekend, whereas I just, I think last year I did about an hour and a half, 2 hours live stream, something like that, just made a few contacts, gave a few points away. Last year I did it down the field, so I don't know. I'll see what the weather does, how soft the ground is down there. I might go down there and do another live stream this year. We'll see how we go. I've kind of got a few commitments on the Sunday, so the Sunday's kind of out really. But I might try and get on for a couple of hours on the Saturday, but it certainly won't be any kind of it won't be any kind of serious attempt at it. What was your other? You asked me another question. What was that? Oh yeah, you were asking about bolt sizes on in aviation. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one actually, because most aircraft tend to still use imperial sizes. So all of our bolt sizes are still imperial. So I kind of get a feel for the size of the bolts, and I got to the stage where I can kind of look at it now and go, either that's 3/8 or that's 5/16 or whatever, and be pretty close. But yeah, most of the UK airlines, obviously they're still using imperial bolt sizes, but the manuals, the paperwork, tends to have the sizes both in metric and imperial if you need to measure out damage or something like that. So it's a bit of a weird one, but obviously being an American carrier, then they tend to sway more towards the imperial. So it's kind of been a bit of a learning curve on that. The imperial isn't my strong point. Go ahead.
Yeah, as I said, I find that a complete nightmare. I don't know. I don't think I even have many tools. The only tool I've got, an imperial, was for. I got a set of taps recently for doing 1/4 inch UNC. So I got a 1/2 inch MPT or NTP for my mini body pole. And then I drilled the centre of that bolt and tapped that to 1/4 inch UNC, so it'll fit on a tripod. And that's
Okay.
I can use a normal tripod now to put my mini buddy pole on. So, I don't know how I did it, but I managed to drill it a bit wonky, so it's not quite straight, which I was annoyed about because the bolt wasn't the cheapest. But there we go. Anyway, well, very interesting on Imperials being used.
What's wrong with Whitworth
a
spanners?
lot of the aircraft engines are, quite old as well. So, well, at least the piston ones. And I would have thought the modern jet stuff, though, I would have presumed they'd all moved to metric, but that is quite surprising. But, I believe NASA does. I think NASA does everything in metric, if I remember correctly. But anyway, I shan't hold it, James, because I'm sure there's a queue built up by this point, so I'll say 7-3. And you're a 5-9, by the way. I forgot to give you a signal report. But nice to get you in the log again, and I'll speak soon from Golf 5 Kilo Charlie India.
Okay, Nathan. Yeah, 5-9 both ways. You're also a 5-9, and yeah. Well, I've not really got any experience on the piston stuff. I only work on the big passenger jet stuff, so I can't really tell you about the piston stuff. But yeah, even the modern Rolls-Royce engines on the 787, they're still all Imperial. But then you end up in this strange situation where usually on the Airbuses, once you get inside the cabin, tearing the seats apart, they tend to use metric inside the cabin and Imperial on the outside. So yeah, it all becomes a bit of a nightmare. But Imperial tools can be a little bit harder to get a hold of. Certainly in this country, not many places use them now. So of course, everyone at work knows I'm going out to America now. So I've got a big long list of orders, which I was hoping to travel light, but I think I'm going to have to take another suitcase just to bring all the shopping orders back. But there you go. All right, cheers for the contact, Nathan. I'll wish you 7 3s, and hopefully we'll get one more QSO in before I actually go. So thanks a lot, my friend. All the best.
7-3, James. All the best.
Thank you. QRZ M0GQC.
Alpha 3, Oscar Mike Golf.
Oscar Mike Golf again.
Papa Alpha 3, Oscar Mike Golf.
Got you. Papa Alpha 3, Oscar Mike Golf. Neil, apparently in the Netherlands. I wasn't looking at the S meter. I'll give you a report on the next over, but sounding good. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for that. Can you go also on your next over with your call again? I just want to make sure I've got it correctly noted in the log over.
Yeah, no problem. The call is Mike 0 Golf Quebec Charlie. Mike 0 Golf Quebec Charlie. You're giving me a 5-9 plus 10, 5-9 plus 10, but there is quite a bit of noise on your signal. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Go ahead.
Okay, Mike 0 Golf Quebec Charlie from Papa Alpha 3, Oscar Mike Golf. Yeah, I've got a new microphone here. Maybe I'm getting used to it. I haven't turned the gain down on this a little bit to make it sound a little bit better, but maybe I'm still running too much gain over.
Yeah, there's something going on there. It's almost kind of like I don't know how to describe it. Almost like a very deep sort of washing sort of sound. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know if you're watching the live stream, Amateur Radio UK on the live stream. So if you want to watch the live stream back, you'll see what I mean. I don't know if there's RF getting into it or if it's dodgy connection or what's going on. No, it won't. Probably not a dodgy connection, but yeah, there's something going on there with the audio. Back to you.
Yeah, I'll check it on your live stream. I will definitely do that. That'll be a good way to get through the audio too. I know I didn't use a Kelwood microphone. I did have to modify one wire. Essentially, the pin to pin correct for this Telegram. Apart from one, of course, there's always one pin that's wrong, and it's just a power pin. Was on 5 instead of 6, so I didn't do that myself. So it's been solved, but it shouldn't have really affected it that much over.
Yeah, I'm sorry, my friend. I am actually really struggling with you there. I'm not quite sure what's going on with the audio. Like I say, you give me a plus 10 on signal strength, but I don't know. I'm trying to work out what it is. If it's just RF getting in, but yeah, I think you said you're watching the live stream, so Hang on, I'll just give you a timestamp. We are 19 minutes in at the moment, so if you go 19 minutes into the live stream, you'll see what I'm on about. So with that, I won't hold it if you don't mind, because like I say, I'm struggling. So I wish you 7 threes, and thank you for calling in, and hopefully you get a chance to get your audio sorted, and we'll have a bit of a longer QSO the next time round. Go ahead.
Yeah, no problem. 173 for the Netherlands, and I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.
Yeah, Ron says it sounds like you're underwater, which is probably the description I was after. Thanks a lot, my friend. 7-3 QRZ Mike 0 Golf Quebec Charlie.
Golf 8 Echo Papa Quebec.
Golf 8 Echo Papa Quebec. Very good evening. Golf 8 Echo Papa Quebec. Sorry, my foot slipped on the PTT switch. Go ahead.
Yeah, no problems. Golf 8 Echo Papa Quebec returning. Yeah, my name is Bob Bravo, Oscar Bravo. I'm in Milton Keynes in North Buckinghamshire. You're a nice signal, good S9 with me. Bit QRM, band seems quite noisy tonight, so I wonder how you copy. Golf 8 Echo Papa Quebec.
Yeah, very good. Absolutely spot on with you. You're 5-9 plus 10 with me. 5-9 plus 10 here in Swindon. I don't know if you're watching on the live stream. The name this way is James Juliet Alpha Mike X Sierra. Running about 250 watts into an end-fed half-wave, and the radio is a Flex 6600. Go ahead.
Yeah, fine, James. M0GQCG80PQ. Yeah, I just brought up the live stream. I've not got the sound on, but I've got the video in the background on the PC here. Yeah, running 100 watts this, and the rig is a Yaesu Fox Tango 710, and the antenna is an end-fed half-wave in inverted L configuration. Not very high off the ground, but works quite well on 40 metres. And considering how close you are, Swindon's not that far from here, you're a remarkably good signal at the moment, so that's all the fun and games of 40 metres, I suppose. 1 minute the Germans are pounding in at 20 over 9. Next minute got a reasonably local signal like yours coming through quite as strong from G80PQ.
Yeah, that's the thing with 40. It tends to be a little bit unpredictable, but if we're both horizontally polarised, we're pretty much sending our signals straight up, because we're both on end-fed half-waves, and of course end-fed half-waves, everyone loves them these days. They're going through a bit of a renaissance, aren't they? There was a stage when everyone hated the end-fed half-wave, saying that it shouldn't work properly because there's nothing for it to work against. Then next thing you know, everyone's using them. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's very true. Well, I got back on the air in 2013 on HF bands after a long delay, a long gap of inactivity, and I experimented and found the end-fed half-wave worked best for me. The 49 to 1
only ever did that once, Nathan.
The wire goes off to a pole at the bottom of the garden and then goes horizontally down in an L shape, so it fits in, it works well. I've tried dipoles and other things for this QTH, but I always go back to my end-fed half-wave, so I know there's those people that say they're inefficient because of losses in the unknown, but as long as it's a reasonably well-made unknown and the toroid is able to take the power, then I don't think you can go wrong, really, can you? I've got a short 2 metre length of coax on mine as a counterpoise between the unknown, and then I've got a 1-to-1 choke balance, and then the feeder down into the shack, coax feeder into the shack, and that seems to work pretty well. Can't complain anyway, seems to get me out from GODPQ.
From M0GQC, yeah, that sounds similar to the way I drive. Mine's horizontal the whole length. It's about 4.5 metres above the ground. Obviously fed with a 49 to 1. I've got a counterpoise on there, and I've choked it literally about 20 centimetres from the feed point. So the feed goes straight from the 49 to 1 into the choke to try and stop RF coming back into the shack. And like I say, separate counterpoise, and I've also got a choke just down here in the shack as well before it goes into the tuner. So that's kind of the setup here. It's the 49 to 1 I've got on there at the moment doesn't seem to give me quite the right SWR. It's the SWR is a tiny bit high, so not sure what's going on there. But if I tweak it out with the tuner, it seems fine. It seems to get out okay. I keep threatening to replace the 49 to 1 at some point and get that SWR down, but to be brutally honest with you, sheer laziness has got the better of me. Go ahead.
Yeah, it can be a bit hit and miss, I think. I had a homemade one, 49 to 1, which worked reasonably well on 40, but the SWR was a little bit high on 20, and it was very high on 10. It was about 3 to 1 on 10, which I couldn't understand. So in the end, I did a bit of research, and the UK antennas 49 to 1s came out as a good, reliable Hunnan. So I bit the bullet, as it were, and bought one of those. And that's superb, both on 40. It's 1 to 1 on 40. It's about 1.5 to 1 on 20, and about the same on 10. So I don't really need to use the tuner. And it actually works quite well on 60 metres, I found, with a bit of tuning from the tuner. So quite pleased with that. So the homemade one has been confined for portable operations when the weather's right. Okay, I've got a bit of a sore throat, so I won't hold it with you. But nice to work you. I think for the first time, James. Yeah, I think your antenna's about the same height as mine. Mine's about 4.5 metres off the ground, so probably why we got such a good signal between us at this sort of range on 40. So I wish you best 7.3s, and look out for you again. M0 GQC G80PQ.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Bob. Well, I originally had a 49 to 1 in there from I think it was Super Antenna, I can't remember, but it said it was rated 200 watts, but I think 100 was probably more realistic. I tried to put almost 300 through it, which it stood up for about 20 minutes or so, and then the SWR started creeping up. I thought, no, I'm about to melt this, so I ended up pulling that one out and putting a new one in. But with the old 49 to 1, it was absolutely perfect, down about a 1.1, 1.2, something like that. Put a new one in, it's resonant in the same place, but the SWR is about 1.9, maybe 2 to 1 on 40. So there's something a little bit strange going on there, and I'm running a solid state amp, so it really doesn't like it if the SWR gets up that high. So it's running about 2 to 1 on the SWR, but I just tweak it down a bit with the tuner. So there you go. All right, thanks a lot, Bob. Good to get you in the log for the first time. Thank you for the chat, and I'll wish you the best 7.3s, and you go and look after that sore throat. Keep it well lubricated. Lots of fluids, my friend. Thanks for the contact. 7.3.
Yeah, 7.3, James. Thanks for the chat. Look out for you again. G80PQ off from here.
QRZ M0 GQC.
Golf 7, Victor Kilo Papa.
Okay, I got Golf 7, Victor Kilo Papa. Very good evening, my friend.
Good evening, James. 59 plus 10 into Chesterfield. Name is Adrian, over.
Okay, Adrian, well, you got the name this way. You're 59 plus 10 also here in Swindon, so giving me the plus 10 both ways into the end fed halfway. Well, as I said to Bob before, you end fed halfway, about 4.5 metres above the ground is the setup here. Back to you.
QSL, well, my antenna is quite complicated. It's a low terminated folded dipole in inverted V configuration at 10 metres, over.
Yeah, well, it's working perfectly for you. Like I say, mine's about 4.5 metres. I have thought about raising it above the ground, but I don't know. I'm kind of debating for Envis whether it's actually worth it. I mean, I reckon I could get it up to about 6 metres above the ground fairly easily with some scaffold poles, but beyond that, it's probably into diminishing returns. I can't decide if that extra metre and a half is worth the effort, though. Go ahead.
QSL, James.
Yeah, Colin did some good stuff on the 49 to 1.
The band's fairly quiet up here this evening. No noise, which makes a change. I've not looked at the live streaming yet, but I will have a look a bit later and see how I sound. Lovely to talk to you. I'll let you get some more in. No doubt you'll have a lot shouting you, so I'll say 73. Stay safe. Have a good trip over to the States. Rather you than me. I can't stand the place. And we'll catch you further down the line, over.
Yeah, no, well, I've got about a week or so before I go, and to be honest, it's not too bad over there. I mean, we're kind of out in the sticks a bit in the training school, so my life's going to be between the training school and the hotel. So unfortunately, I won't get to see the place, but we've got a few friends over there, so I've been over there a few times. Yeah, I get where you're coming from. It's a bit of a love-hate relationship with the place, but it's not too bad. I've enjoyed a few. Vegas is always good fun, and we like going over to see our friends in Tennessee, who actually aren't that far from where I'm going to be studying. So, it is what it is. You make the most of it, and when the company's paying the bill as well, that's even better. I'll take the free dinners. Go ahead.
Can't fault you. At least that's one thing. You get good portions over there, over.
Yeah, sometimes a little too big, but as someone else pointed out to me, apparently they're quite good about boxing up the leftovers so you can take it away. So I think the plan for that is eat what I can at dinner time, take the rest back to the hotel, and there's my lunch or breakfast the next morning. Go ahead.
To yourself, James. Never been to the States, never been outside the UK, never really wanted to be honest. But I don't envy you going over there. A 9-hour flight. that seems like torment, over.
Yeah, well, I think it's a bit different if you're going on business, and the fact that I've worked for airlines since I was about I think 18, I joined the apprenticeship. So, of course, they don't like us publicly talking about our cheap flight. We don't get free flights, but they are cheaper flights. So, when you got the flights, you might as well make the most of it. And, I've had some really good trips over to the States, to be honest. Been to the Grand Canyon, seen some of Route 66, Vegas. Went to New York, had a weekend in New York. So, I've seen a few bits and bobs, and went to, I can't remember what it's called. It's whenever you see all the westerns on the TV, they always film it from the same location, the same site. You see all the famous tall rocks there. So, been there and had a look around there as well. So, it's each to their own. I'm not big on my travel, but occasionally I like to go on a bit of a jolly and see a few things. So, there we go. Okay, Adrian, thank you very much for the contact. You have a fantastic evening, and catch you further down the log from M0GQC. All the best, my friend.
M0GQC, G7BKP. Well, it's a bit hard for me to travel, that's why I've not been abroad or anywhere. But there you go, enough said about that. Silky free, James, stay safe.
Not likely, Darren. Yeah, no worries. All the best, my friend. Thanks a lot. QRZ M0GQC.
Mike 0 DCA.
Okay, it was Mike 0 again.
Mike 0 Delta Charlie X-ray, James, it's Darren, over.
Got you, Delta Charlie X-ray. Evening, Darren.
James, you're a fantastic signal in the Bury St Edmunds this evening. You're 20 over 9 and audio sounds fantastic, my friend. I think I heard you talking to Stu the other night. You were 10 over 9 then, so sounding pretty fantastic over in the Bury St Edmunds just outside of Cambridge, over.
Oh, good stuff. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, this setup I've got does seem to get out quite well. It's only like I said to the other guys, it's only an end-fed half wave for about 4.5 meters above the ground. I am running a linear, so pumping. Well, it says 350 watts on the case, but realistically, probably somewhere around the 275 to 300 mark is more realistic. And I seem to get out okay with this setup. I've got quite a noisy receive, so receiving is the one that always catches me out. But yeah, using a Flex 6600 with a dynamic mic. So that's the setup of this end. Go ahead.
Oh, fantastic audio. That's very, very strong audio. So I mean that's clearly working very well with that amplifier. I mean I'm at the moment running 200 watts out of the 101 MP, but that is into an end-fed half wave. And James, to be entirely honest with you, mine's not up very high either. I got the unknown up high. I say high, it's the highest point. It's about 8 to 8.5 metres on a J-pole in the eave of the roof. And it goes out to a tree about the same height, about I suppose 13 metres, and the last 7 metres slope down into a V, and they end up about 6 metres high, and it seems fantastic into G. So I get some good DX on 10 metres as well with it into the States, and since the California QSO party's been on, and you've got all of that, the west coast of the States all alive, I've had several of those on it as well. So you know, not to say the other night on 40 metres into VK and Thailand. So there's a lot to be said for an end-fed, James, on 40 over.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of sold on them, to be honest. I think it gets a bit more difficult at higher power when you're running sort of 200 to 300 watts into it, because you start to find that you end up melting the 49 to 1. So you have to have slightly more beefy 49 to 1s on there, otherwise you end up doing what I did and melting them. But yeah, but as long as you I mean, for portable 10 watts, they're easy antennas. Base station, I think you kind of need to choke it off and put a counterpoise on it, is my take on it. But it's worked absolutely brilliantly for me. And I'm just looking at the live chat and what we were saying about coming back prep, and Nathan says next videos on this channel would be in late November. What's the best ham setup for the coming end times? So yeah, I don't think we're going to go down that route. Go ahead.
No, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I've got a DX Commander here as well, and that does all the DX for me. But I pretty much like what Callum was doing with the dual VFO. So that was really why I went from the DX10 to the 101, sold the 10 to a best friend of mine, and went and bought the 101 from MLS, and basically run the DX Commander on one VFO and the end-fed on the other. And it is quite amazing, really. You know, with both have their pros, and I just find into G on the very short stuff, obviously the end-fed is probably a pretty straight down angle, takeoff angle, I should think. So absolutely fantastic into G. But it's the Vibrapex one, and it's pretty bulky, James. It's supposed to be good for a kilowatt, isn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah. If you've got quite a bulky 49 to 1 on there, then all good. So yeah, I might change the 49 to 1 on this. It's all right for the power I'm running, but I don't think the transformer ratio is quite right on it. So I think it needs a bit of a look, because it's resonant around about the centre of the 40 metre band, but the SWR is about 2 to 1 or just under. So I have to bring it down a tiny bit with the tuner just to keep the amplifier happy, because I'm on the solid state amp. So yeah, there's something not quite right there I need to look at. But as I said before, it's just down sheer right laziness that I haven't bothered to get the ladder up there, pull it down, and do anything about it. But I will get around to it eventually. But whilst it seems to be working, I might as well just plod on with it. Go ahead.
Mike 0 GQC, Mike 0 DCX. James, I'm quite interested though, actually. I've been looking at amplifiers myself, and wasn't sure whether just to pump down the tube route. I was looking at the 1500, the ACOM 1500, and it's got a couple of inputs. You can have about 3 antennas in it, can't you? So, but I really wanted to go solid state. I was looking at that 1200S for ages, and I pretty much made my mind up that was what I wanted, until I realised if you've got anything over about a 1.3, those solid states don't like it, and it made me want to pump for tubes. Seeing as I'm running like an end-fed, and clearly you are too with a solid state, how do you get on? Do you need the ATU then to get that to work? I mean, my end-fed at its worst is about 1.8 and can go right down to about 1.2. Nothing is on any of the bands is above 1.8, and even that is on 40 metres down at CW. At the moment here, I'm about 1.4, 1.5. And actually, at the end of the band here, actually, it's probably lower than that looking at it. It's about 1.3, 1.4 here. And it just worried me that obviously you don't know from one day to the next or on what frequency or the other. You would end up with one of those either rolling back or knocking out on you, over.
Yeah, I think it depends on the amplifier as well. Some of the amplifiers are more fussy than others, and some of the amplifiers even have auto-tuners in. I think you said something about... Was it the S1200 I think you mentioned? I can't remember the model number. Not sure if that's got a tuner in, but yeah, I've heard good things about that. I'm on RM Italy BLA 350, and they do a big brother of that as well. They do a 600 watt version as well. They tend to be a little bit fussy. I mean, mine kicks out if the SWR goes above about 1.6, 1.7 to 1. So, yeah, I use the tuner just to bring it down. Before I changed the 49 to 1, it was absolutely fine. The 49 to 1 was only rated at about, well, they say 200 watts. It was probably a bit less than that, but it would take the amplifier for a short period at about 250 watts before it started to get a bit hot, and that was running at about an SWR of 1.2 to 1, I think it was, and the amp was absolutely fine with that. This setup, it does drop out, so that's why I've got to have the tuner in, but I think that's more problem with the transformer. I don't think the transformer's got quite the right ratio on it, so I don't think I can blame that on the amplifier or the antenna. That's that's the transformer I need to sort out. But yeah, I mean, I've always been fine running power through the end-fed half waves. All I've found is because end-fed half waves tend to use the coax, the shield, as the counterpoise. They can be prone to causing RF issues in the shack, especially if you're running computers. So for me, I always I choke off mine literally about 20 centimeters from the 49 to 1. So I've got a choking line actually outside, right next to the 49 to 1, and I run a separate counterpoise. I've also got a second choke here where the coax cable comes in the wall into the shack as well, just before it goes into the tuner. But yeah, amplifiers with 49 to 1s, absolutely no problem with the end-fed half wave there. Darren, go ahead.
Yeah, yours has done the opposite way round to me, I think. With my one, I do use the coax as the counterpoint, but I've got about 35 metres of coax from the back to the shack, and the only real reason I didn't is it's got a grounding lug or a counterpoise lug on it, and in the instructions it did say it's not a necessity, it's basically a ZEP. Where you should be able to just drop it out of the window or something like that. But what I did is I ran the 35 metres of Mini 8, and then I choke it off just as it comes into the shack. Nothing up at the unum, but I couldn't run an earth because obviously with it being 8 metres high in the eaves there, if I'd have run anything down and put an earth to it, that would have been some kind of a wavelength or a dimension of one.
Yeah, I'll move on in a minute, Andy.
As far as the counterpoise goes, I didn't do it immediately because it would have meant I'm not very good on height change, to be honest, and to have got a counterpoise going 5 metres perhaps the other way, it would have been a bit dodgy going over the garage roof and up an eave, and I wasn't too thrilled with that, so I thought, well, I'll see what it's like, and if it needs it, I'll get up there, and it never did. So what it uses is probably about 20 or 25 metres, I should think, of the coax to run out. But what I've just recently done, and I finished it off tonight, ready for CQ Worldwide, and I've been on about doing it for ages, just laziness, James, where I've had the stuff sitting upstairs and never done anything with it. I've put a box, like an IP6 box, on the plastic box on the wall outside the shack. I've got a lightning arrestor connected to a metal plate, and then I've just rammed a second 8-foot earth rod about a metre away from it, and re-earthed, so basically the shield of the of the sheet of the actual coax on the Mini 8 for the NFED, and the DX Commander as well. They're both connected to the same plate, and now they're both earthed into a ground state. I've got 2 lots of ground states because I initially had one which is about 5 or 6 metres away, and I never quite liked how far away that was. It should be a lot shorter, as you know, than that. So I didn't want to take it up. I thought more the better then, so I've left that one where it is. Got the one about a metre away, joined the lot together, and now we'll see where we go from there, James. Over.
Yeah, but like I said, I think you said you're using the you got about, I think you said 35 foot of coax, which you're using as the counterpoint. Nothing wrong with that, to be honest. If you got that run of coax and you're choking it just before you come in the shack, it's basically doing the same thing. So absolutely nothing wrong with that setup at all, I don't think. For me, because the feed point is literally right outside the window, like 2 or 3 meters in that direction. If you're watching on the live stream, it's I prefer to choke it off outside. So rather than use the coax as the choke where it comes into the house, I just I choke it off at the feed point and then run a separate counterpoise. But there you go. If you don't mind, Darren, I'm going to move on, only because there were a couple of other people calling, so I'm conscious of the fact we got people waiting. So I'll say thank you very much for the chat there, Darren. Good to get you in the log, and hopefully catch you further down the log, as they say. I'll probably do another live stream before I go out to the States end of next week. So thank you very much for the chat, my friend. I'll wish you 7 threes and have a fantastic evening. Go ahead.
You too, James. Great to get you in the log. Sorry to hog it, mate, but we had quite an interesting conversation there, and it just seemed to go on. But sorry about that. But good luck in the contest, James, if you're in it. And great to get you in the log again. All the very best. Mike 0 GQC, Mike 0 DCX 73, James.
Yeah, no, that's all right. It was, as you say, it was an interesting conversation, and I like to have a bit of a chin wag sometimes. And it makes a change from the sort of hello 5-9 goodbye sort of thing that I normally do. So nothing wrong with having a bit of a chin wag, my friend. Just like I say, a couple of people were calling in with you, so I don't like keeping them waiting too long. Thanks a lot, my friend. 7-3 QRZ M0 GQC. Ending Bravo.
Golf 7, Uniform Golf Bravo.
Yeah, got you that time. Golf 7, Uniform Golf Bravo. Martin, according to my log here. Evening, my friend.
Yeah, that's all right there, James. I've been listening to the conversation over the past little while, and I'm also using an NFED half-wave from an ICOM 7300, and I've had some brilliant results from that, so we'll see how we go there. Yeah, return it back to you, G7 UGB, Mike 0 GQC.
Yeah, well, like I say, the NFED half-wave's got a bit of a renaissance going on, I think. Everyone I speak to seems to be using them these days, so... like I say, it's worked really well for me. You're giving me 5-9, occasionally hitting the plus 10, so doing a lovely signal from yourself. Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger, and yourself too. You're 5-9 plus a little bit. I'm about 6 miles north of Norwich on the eastern side, not far from our previous friend from Bury St Edmunds there. I suppose really I started with my NFED really for cost reasons really. I mean, it's apart from your choke and a little bit of wire and a box to put it in, there's not too much other expenses as the James return.
Yeah, well, that's it. They're cheap, they're easy, relatively low profile, depending how you build it and what you use to support it. I mean, I've got 3 masts along the length of the garden, so it's I guess that means it's not that low profile, but it can be made fairly low profile, and it just works, I guess. So I don't know if you're watching on the live stream. Like I say, you're audio sounding good here, and location is Swindon, north of Wiltshire. So that's where we are, or that's where I am here. Go ahead.
Yeah, roger there, James. Yeah, mine comes out of the bedroom window where my shack is, and it just slopes down across to the bottom of the garden. Unfortunately, I've got an 11 kV electricity line goes right across the bottom of the garden, so I can't put that up too high in case I get a few little sparks there. Yeah, otherwise I'm very pleased with it. So at the moment I'm sticking with that. But it's always lovely to experiment with various antennas, and I'm going to try and do some dipoles. I've got a loft here which stretches the whole length of the house up at our chalet. So I'm going to try and see if I can get a dipole strung up in the loft and see how we go there. But never mind, we'll see how we go. I don't know what the weather's been like with you. It's been a bit wet here today, although this evening it has cleared up a bit. It was lovely yesterday, but today has been back to rain. G7 UGB, Mike 0, Golf, Quebec, Charlie.
Yeah, but it started off dry here, and then it started raining probably around about lunchtime, and then it brightened up towards the end of the day. So typical British weather, doesn't quite know what it wants to do. So with that, I won't hold it if you don't mind. There were a few other people calling, so I want to try and up the pace a bit and work the pile up down. So I'll throw it back to you for a final and say thank you very much for calling in. Like I say, on the YouTube live stream, if you're watching, about 51 minutes in, if you want to see what you sound like. And like I say, back to you for a final, and I'll catch you further down the log from M0GQC.
Yeah, roger there, James. 73, all the best, and have a good evening there. G7 UGB, over and out.
Yeah, thank you very much, my friend, and thanks for the contact, Martin. 73 QRZ. I think I heard Stu in there. Was that G5STU?
Yeah, roger. Golf 5, Sierra Tango United. You're 5'8", over.
Roger, got the 5'8". You're 5'9" on the nose for me here in Swindon. You still on the hamstick dipole, I take it?
Yeah, roger. Just 100 watts. The amplifier's boxed up, ready to go. In fact, this radio was in the box, ready to go, and I got so bored I pulled it back out. James, over.
Yeah, I get that. I can understand that. Yeah, well, you're doing all right on the 100 watts. Like I say, you're 5'9" on the dot here with me, and yeah, your interesting experiment. Was it last night you were live? I was watching. I can't remember if it was last night or the night before. No, it must have been last night. It was with your loop receive antenna. I tried one of them myself and didn't have as positive results, to be honest. I don't know whether I tried it on the ground, and then I tried sticking it up on top of the mast as well. So I don't know. It's horses for courses. I think it depends on your location and setup. Go ahead.
Well, put it this way, James. The loop is currently on a chair about 2 meters away from me. It's just next to the window. It's just casually thrown on the chair, and I'm currently receiving you on it. I'm receiving on that only at the moment, and you're on ET5 and 6, over.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I just found it was that much quieter. You boost it up, but I found I did some tests with SDR and found that the signal to noise ratio wasn't that different, which I found quite shocking, to be honest, because loops are meant to be a lot quieter. So I don't know. Maybe it was the way I got it set up, or the location, or something. I'm just like I say, I'm mid-terrace in a residential area, so it's I've got quite a bit of noise here, so that's probably not helping. But I think for you, especially if you're moving out into the, I think you said your new places in the country. I think you should do quite well with that setup. Back to you.
Yeah, M0GQC G5STU. And
cheers, Darren.
It's an end standalone bungalow. I forgot the name. What's it called? I forgot. But it's right on the end. It's one of 3, and it's all surrounded by fields. You know, it's just endless fields over the back garden. So
awesome.
Yeah, I picked it obviously for that location, but I'm not going to be able to go crazy with powers and things like that, but it is interesting. But this loop, it's an MLA, Mike Lima Alpha, -30, and I tell you what, I'm absolutely blown away by it. I really am. Like I say, it's just thrown on the chair in the room here next to me, and I can hear you on it. And I heard pretty much every station I worked last night on my live stream. I could have worked them receiving on that loop last night. And I think there was maybe 1 or 2 stations I couldn't hear on it, but yeah, I'm blown away by it. I'm definitely going to be using it a lot more, and I can see myself having one of those up forever, James, because it's just nice broadbanded, you don't have to tune it, and it works on all the HF bands, and it does work, it really does. So there we go, if somebody's got noise problems, get one of those. I tell you what, I wish I got one years ago, James, ever.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's something to do with the setup I got here, but I seem to find I'm doing all right on the end-fed half-wave at the moment. I keep threatening to get a short dipole up on the top of the mast, a rotary dipole. I can get that up about 12 meters. I've got a Moxon for 20 meters up there at the moment, but I reckon I can get both up there and still be within the limits of the mast and the rotator, because that mast, let's be honest, it's not going anywhere. It's held up by a concrete block 2 meters by 2 meters, and that concrete goes down a meter deep beneath the patio. So that mast isn't going anywhere. Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you got to do what you can do, don't you? I'll make this the final, James. You've got a few calling you, and I'm supposed to be on a club net at 4 kilohertz up from here, so I better go and show my face, James. But I just wanted to jump in and say hello and reciprocate the call from last night, mate. So lovely to talk to you. Enjoy the rest of the stream. Mike 0 Golf Quebec Charlie, G5SG clear. Thank you.
Yeah, cheers, Stu. Well, I'm supposed to be studying at the moment. I've got this very exciting book down here about aircraft airframes, which I'm supposed to be reading, but my head's absolutely spinning at the moment, and I've got another 4 books over the other end of the room over there to be reading. So decided to take an hour or so out and just do a quick live stream and give me a break, and then I'll get my head into it later. Thanks a lot for the contact, Stu. Good to chat. I'll wish you 7 threes and let you go before you get in trouble with the club net. All the best, my friend.
Yeah, you've got to take a break, James, haven't you, and mix things up a little bit. But all the best, mate. 7-3. Bye-bye.
Yeah, exactly. QRZ M0 GQC.
Germany 0 Zebra Echo Nancy Yellow.
Okay, it was a Golf 0, I think it was Zulu Echo Nancy. I could be wrong, go ahead.
Yeah, you got it dead right, sir. Golf 0 Zanzibar Echo Nancy. Name is Simon Sierra. Italy Mike Oscar Norway, over.
Okay, Simon, yep, got you. Yeah, there's quite a few people calling, so I'll make this a quick one if you don't mind. You're 59 plus 10 here, 59 plus 10 into Swindon, Northern Wiltshire, go ahead.
Yeah, I know Swindon, okay, yeah. You're 57 to 59, down in the southwest England, a little village called Bitterford, Bittaford, a few miles east of Plymouth, other.
Yeah, well, you're doing very well from down there. Antenna is an end-fed half-wave at this end, and about somewhere around 250 to 300 watts there, probably about 275 watts by the time it gets to the feeder. So that's the setup here. Won't hold it if you don't mind, Simon. Like I say, quite a few people calling, so I'm going to try and up the pace a bit just to work everyone. I don't like leaving people hanging. Go ahead.
Yeah, no problem at all. That's James, I think your name was. I'm sure he was, but running 400 watts into a vertical. About 160 metres above sea level, with lots and lots of radials. Hello for now, G0 Zebra Echo Norway, over.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks a lot, Simon. Thanks for the contact. 73 QRZ M0 GQC.
Mike 6 Papa, Mike Juliet.
Was there Mike 6 in there? The Mike 6?
Thank you very much. Good evening there, James. I've been listening for a while, so I won't keep you too long. Mike 6 Sugar Lima Zulu. Also the name Simon Sierra India Mike Oscar November, and the location would be Blackheath there, just short of the Greenwich Observatory there.
Okay, Simon. Well, you're putting out a great signal on 10 watts there. You're 5.9 on the dot with me. 5.9 on the dot. So you genuinely were breaking the pile up there. Go ahead.
Thank you very much there for the flowers there. As to say, very fast run down the working conditions. I'm actually running two antennas at the same time there, James. I'm running a 10 watt 570D, the power 10 watts. The microphone's an old CB microphone, an old Kilo Papa Oscar capo, into a UR6QW and into the transceiver. And I'm actually running two full-size G5 RVs connected together. They're both fed with a 450 ladder line into a connector and then into the Radio Shack on a small length of cable there, or a small length of coax. And that's the working conditions. You're 5.9 plus 10 there, James. 5.9 plus 10, QSL.
Awesome. Thank you very much for the 5.9 plus 10. Yeah, well, like I say, you're sounding good your end, and just end fed half wave at this end, but I am kicking a little bit of power into it. So there we go. Thanks for the contact, Simon. I'll throw it back to you for a final. You have a fantastic evening. Take care, and catch you further down the log from M0GQC. You'll have to remind me of your call sign, Matty. I can't remember your call sign.
I'll give him a chance to call in. Thanks for taking the call, and have a nice weekend. Have a nice evening on the radio. Best 73.
Yeah, thanks a lot, my friend. 7-3. Any more QRP stations? Any more QRPs?
Mike 7, Echo Juliet.
Mike 7, Echo Juliet. There we go, Matt. You made it through. I wasn't looking at the S meter. I'll give you a report on the next over. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're cracking through to me, James. I've got no preamp on you, plus 20, my friend, back to you.
Roger, got the plus 20. You're about 5.9 with me, 5.8 to 5.9. Not the loudest, but you are making the hop. Go ahead.
Yeah, only on the long wire, and it's only about 4 metres above the ground, back to you.
Okay, yeah. Well, to be fair, my antenna's only 4.5 metres above the ground, but then again, I am running quite a lot of power into it, so that's probably doing me a few favours. We reckon roughly about 2 S points with going from 10 watts up to around about the 250, 300 mark. I reckon I'm giving it about 2 S points. So if that's 5.7 to 5.8, the signal report, then that's going to take it up to close to 5.9, I guess. So as much as I preach that you don't need an amplifier, it can help sometimes. Go ahead.
My antenna's above a lake at the minute, back to you.
Yeah, well, that might not necessarily be a bad thing there, Matt. Especially if it's got salt or other minerals in. If you're anywhere near the coast, then that might help you. I'm not sure how much difference it would make with fresh water. I guess there could still be a few other minerals in there, but not quite the same performance as salt water by the sea. Go ahead.
I know what you're saying. Yeah, I'm looking at taking me intermediate. I'm still in it for a minute, so I'll be able to turn the power up to 50 watts when I get through to that. So I might be able to get you a bit easier. Okay, James, thanks for coming back to me. Nice to you as always. And so you're absolutely blasting through to me. Plus 20. Plus the conditions between us and the distance. We're just hopping straight into my radio. Okay, and so there you go. We're clear. I'll let you carry on there. All the best, James.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. When are you? I wonder when you're doing your intermediate. I wish you the best of luck for it. And we're still waiting to hear what Ofcom come out with the license changes. That you get your intermediate, that might actually be 100 watts for you in the near future if Ofcom go ahead with the proposals. So I wonder if you have a date for your exam yet. Go ahead.
No, I'm still doing all the tests and the mock tests as well. I'm getting about 2021, so I've not booked it yet, but I will book it. Yeah, and then hopefully I'll get through it. So back to you.
Okay, my friend. Well, keep us posted. Like I said, I know you pop up in the live chats quite often on my streams, so keep us posted, and best of luck with it, and fingers crossed for you getting that, getting the intermediate. I'm sure you'll be absolutely fine. From what I've heard, the intermediate isn't that much of a jump up from the foundation, I don't think. I mean, it's obviously a very long time since I did any of the amateur license exams, but from what I gather, the intermediate isn't too much worse than the foundation. So fingers crossed for you, and best of luck with it. I'm sure you'll be absolutely fine, my friend.
Okay, James. Thanks for the time again, as always. Catch you again. We're clear. Bye-bye.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. 73 QRZ M0 GQC.
Mike India 0, Charlie Bravo Hotel. Mike India 0, Charlie Bravo Hotel.
Okay, Mike India 0, Charlie Bravo Hotel, I think that was 59.
Yeah, Roger, now James. Name the site, Chris. Charlie Hotel, Romeo India Sierra. You're 59. Beautiful, beautiful copy into Northern Ireland this evening, sir. QSL.
Okay, Chris. Yeah, thank you for the 5-9. Like I say, 5-9 both ways, and first one into Northern Ireland tonight, I believe. On the, I don't know if you're watching the live stream. You are 1 hour 5 minutes in, so 1 hour 5 minutes in. If you want to hear your audio, go ahead.
Yeah, Roger, now I've just changed the microphone, James. I'm running the high gold microphone this time, as opposed to the other high microphone that I have. How's it sounding, James? Is it okay, or is it good, bad, or indifferent? Go ahead.
To my ears, in terms of the sound, I didn't hear an awful lot of difference. They both sound absolutely fine. Nothing wrong with either of them. That second mic was slightly quieter, so if you're going to stick with the second mic, I think you might want to turn the gain up just a tiny bit. But they both sounded fine. The only thing I did notice is on both mics, you've got like a bit of a buzz in the background. I don't know if it's kind of like a mains buzz. Perhaps I'm not too sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, that'll be the linear, James. That'll be the Ameritron, the L811H. This thing here is very sensitive, and it's not too far away from it.
Okay.
So that'll be the problem with this end. James, way a lot of people going to call you here this evening, so I'll not hold it. I'll let somebody else jump in there. I'll maybe switch back and see if I can find the live stream. Thanks very much for bringing me in, James. Mike 0, Golf, Quebec, Charlie, Mike Italy 0, Canada, Boston Henry. Awesome, 10-year final, James. Thank you, sir. 73. Bye-bye.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Chris. Thanks for calling in. Yeah, live stream is, if you put my call sign into YouTube, it should pop up. The channel is Amateur Radio UK. Amateur Radio UK. And like I say, live at the moment, if you go 1 hour 5 minutes in, you should be able to watch the replay at 1 hour 5 minutes in. You'll find the QSO. Thank you very much, my friend. 73.
73, James. Thank you. Bye-bye.
QRZ M0 GQC.
Golf 0, Papa, Mike, Juliet, Tango, Uniform, Delta.
There was a Golf 0 Papa something Juliet, I think it was.
Golf 0, Papa, Mike, Juliet.
Okay, got you. Golf 0 Papa Mike Juliet. Dave, that rings a bell. I think we've probably worked several times before. Go ahead.
Yeah, you've got it, James. A good signal, good audio, as always. Peaking about 10, sometimes 15 dB over 9, into a miserable wet Darlington. M0, GQC, Golf 0, Papa Mike Juliet, over.
Okay, Dave. Yeah, I'm just looking at the history and the log as I speak, and on this log at least, we're showing 2 contacts previously. Both in the last couple of months, actually. One in August, one in September. You also give me 10 over the 9, so a lovely signal there. Location here is, well, as you know, Swindon. Swindon is the location. Go ahead.
Yeah, I realised that, and I did look at the log, and you're quite right. We've worked a couple of times in the last 2 to 3 months, I think, James. but you've got the log in front of you anyway. So I'm taking it everything was alright with the antennas. That's if you've got the same winds we got. We've got 50 to 55 mile an hour winds over here for about 24 hours, James, but nothing got damaged. We'll have to fight another day kind of thing. All the best, James. Thanks for taking the call. I know there's lots calling you, so we'll leave you with it. Enjoy the rest of the evening and the coming weekend. M0GQC 20PMJ.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks a lot, Dave. Good to get you in the log again, and thanks for the contact. 7-3s. Did I hear? I think I heard Win in there somewhere. Was Win in there? Go ahead.
Hey, James. Win here, TW4TUD. How's it going, mate? 5 and 9 here.
Evening, my friend. Sorry, you'll have to forgive me. Was that your Golf Whiskey 4? Yeah, Golf Whiskey 4 Tango Uniform Delta. Sorry, I've got numbers, letters galore spinning in my head at the moment. I've been heading the study books, and I've got numbers and letters and formulas and all sorts spinning through my head. Go ahead.
Yeah, no problem, mate. Have you done the course? Have you finished it?
Not yet. I go out on Saturday next week, so I've got one more week worth of cramming to do before I get out there, and then the real serious fun starts. Go ahead.
Well, wish you all the best, James. Wish you all the best, mate. Good luck with that one. Hey, I'll let you go, James. Loads of people calling you. Great to hear you, mate, as always. And I'll have a listen back to the stream tomorrow evening. And I hope I sound okay there. Hope the audio's alright. All the best, mate, from Aberystwyth from GW4TUD.
Yeah, you're sounding absolutely fine, mate. Absolutely crunching through. Like I say, 5.9, possibly just scraping the +5 occasionally. So no worries at all. And yeah, well, I've got a bit of a head start on this studying, because one of my friends went out and did the course about a month ago. So he's a lot of people, they don't pick up the books until they get out there, because the training school give you the books when you arrive. But I've acquired the books off of my friend who's already been out there and done it. So I'm heading those books and getting a little bit of a head start before I get out there. Thanks a lot, my friend. I'll catch you further down the log from M0GQC. All the best, my friend.
Yeah, all the best, James. Good luck, mate. 73 from GW4TUD.
Yeah, cheers, Wayne. All the best. QRZ. Mike India 3, Japan Hotel Foxtrot, I think that was. Go ahead. Okay, John, got the 5.9. Not overly strong, actually. A little bit quiet. You're about a 5.7, but you are readability 5, so you are getting through a 5.7, my friend. Go ahead.
Roger, James. Thanks for that report.
Yeah, thanks, John. Thanks for the contact. Second one into Northern Ireland this evening. So all the best. You have a great evening. QRZ. Okay, it was Delta Lima 1. Delta Lima 1.
This is Delta Lima 1, November Bravo Romeo. Very good evening to handle you with Jürgen, like Juliet Uniform Echo Romeo Golf Echo November. You're 5 and 9 here in the southern part of Germany near the city of Nuremberg, over.
Roger. Thank you for the 5.9. You're about a 5.9, occasionally hitting the +5. So doing pretty well there from Germany, my friend. Location here is Swindon, which is the southern part of England, probably I don't know, about 160 kilometres or so west of the capital city of London. Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger. I'm kind of familiar with here because I'm married to a British girl, over.
Roger. Okay, well, you know where I am then. You don't need me to tell you. Well, look, I won't hold it if you don't mind. There were quite a few people calling, so I want to work the pile up down. I don't like keeping people waiting, but like I say, you're putting out a good signal from Germany there. Like I say, 5.9 plus about 5 for the log. Over.
Roger, roger. 73, send a please no QSL card. No QSL card, okay?
Yeah, no worries. I'm not big on the QSL cards, to be honest. I do return QSL cards, but I only send them out if people send me one. So no worries on that, Jürgen. I won't send any out. Thanks for the contact, 7-3.
Yeah, you have a good one. Good day. Bye-bye.
Yeah, all the best, my friend. I think I heard, was there portable or QRP? Go ahead.
Yeah, Mike 6, Juliet November Zulu QRP.
Okay, got you. Mike 6, Juliet, November, Zulu. Steve, I wasn't looking at the S-meter, so I'll give you a report on the next over. Go ahead.
Yeah, roger that. Mike 6, Juliet November Zulu returning. Yeah, you're 5.9 plus 10 up here. Can catch it, over.
Roger, thanks for that. Yeah, you're giving me between 5.8, 5.9. I'll call it 5.9 for the log. You're a little bit between the two, depending on the QSB, but 5.8 to 5.9 is your signal report here in Swindon, northern part of Wiltshire. Go ahead.
Yeah, roger. Yep, Swindon was where my daughter was born at the old RAF Broughton Hospital there many years ago, 40 plus years now. Yep, running a TS 990 Kenwood into a dipole, which is going from east to west, 10 watts over.
Yeah, well, you're doing fine with the 10 watts there, putting out a great signal for 10 watts, and yeah, located not far from the car shop, if you know it, near Greenbridge, that sort of area. So if you know Swindon, that's where I am. End-fed half-wave, about 4.5 metres above the ground, and flex 6600 into a linear around about 250, 275, maybe just creeping up to 300 watts, somewhere in that region is the setup at this end there, Steve. Go ahead.
Yeah, roger on that. Yeah, got me there. Yeah, nice setup. Yeah, I got this Kenwood about 4 years ago now. My wife wanted to know what I wanted for our 40th anniversary. So I told her, he says, here's a card, get on with it. Yes, yeah, absolutely brilliant. It's a lovely radio. I don't have many problems at all. I have problems with it. It's just good to know what everything does. Even after all this time, I'm still finding new things out every time I go on it. But it's all fun of the games. Okay, I won't keep big because I know there's quite a few people shouting you. Thanks for anyway there, and hope to catch you down the log, as they say. 73s, thank you.
Yeah, no worries. Keep plodding away at it, Steve. You get it sussed out eventually. Like I say, modern radios, there's so much on them, it'll take you a while to figure it out. All the best, my friend. 7-3. Who was there another, I think I heard another QRP station. Was there another QRP station? Okay, nothing heard. QRZ?
Delta 3, Tango.
Ending Tango.
Delta 3, Tango.
Right, got you. Delta 3, Tango. Jim, about 5.9, maybe a tiny bit more. Go ahead.
Yeah, nice to meet you. I just didn't pick up your call sign, please.
Yeah, absolutely. The call sign is Mike 0 Golf Quebec Charlie. Mike 0 Golf Quebec Charlie. The name is James, Juliet Alpha Mike X Sierra. Located in southern England, a town called Swindon. And you're giving me 5.9 plus 10. You give me 10 over the 9. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're a booming signal here in northwest Germany. I'm sure it's 5.9 plus, but I didn't check my meter because I got my RF gain way down, and on this Icon 7300 that knocks off the S meter from working. What do you have, a different brand of radio? What brand is yours? Oh, yours is an Apache. That's right. You were talking about that to the guy with the Ken Whopper. Yeah, I like that. What Ken Whopper do you have? Did you have the 880?
Yeah, I'm actually using a Flex. The radio this end is a Flex 6600. So Flex radios this end. Lovely radio, actually. Running about 10 watts out of that, but that is going into a linear. So the linear's given me somewhere in the region of probably just short of 300 watts, about 275, 250, 275 watts, something like that, into a end-fed half wave, which is about 4.5 meters above the ground. So that's the setup at this end. And I'm just trying to work out you sound like you've got a slightly American accent. So you're an expat in Germany. Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, Roger. And I got a U.S. call sign KM60KU, and also I was wondering on the Apache, do you have an RF meter on the software? Because it's a software-defined radio, and it's completely software operated from a PC. So do they give you an S meter? And on that S meter, if you've got your RF gain down, you know, to knock down some of the noise, filter out some of the noise, do you still show the same level on the S meter when you're receiving? Over.
From M0GQC, I'm not sure about the Apache. I would imagine it's the same as the Flex, but on the Flex radio, yeah, the S meter reads the same no matter where you got your RF gain. So it does give you what some might call a genuine reading. Go ahead.
Oh, that's handy. I thought Flex was, the Flex radio was Apache. I didn't know there was a difference. I thought it was the same company. Oh, sorry about that, Chief. I didn't want to put down the Flex because I heard those are good radios. You know, those are good SDRs. And this here is 7300.
They're both really good, to be fair.
But I just wonder at what point the ADC was placed in this radio. I think the ADC on your radio is probably closer to the antenna. You know what I mean? Over.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get too into the sort of technical side, but yeah, the Apache is, I believe that's more open source, whereas Flex is closed source. So the problem with the Flex is if the company if the company stops trading, then it's going to be difficult to get the software for it. But the Apache uses open source software, I believe. I think that's right. So yeah, in terms of where they take the taps off for the S meter, I'm really not too sure, to be honest. That's a bit over my head. I'm a bit of a for my sins, I'm a bit of a black box operator, to be honest. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I'm the same way. I've never owned any other radio but this one, and I don't have the funds to go stocking up on radio. And nor do I need to. I mean, this thing is solid. I had it for like 5 or 6 years, and it hadn't even, like, you know, given me any trouble at all. It's really freaking amazing. Because I had a Yaesu once, and it was new, and the first week it blew, the whole faceplate blew up.
Yeah, they're not cheap, Darren. Not cheap. Yeah, well, that's it. I think the modern radios are really really quite robust. I mean, I had a FTDX10 was my last radio, and I absolutely loved that. I only changed it because I've got a YouTube channel, do a bit of live streaming, and by the way, if you hadn't heard before, we are live streaming on YouTube now on my YouTube channel, and for me, getting these Flex radios made it so much easier. If everything's in computer, it just makes it so much easier to get everything into the computer for live streams. So that's why I went down the software defined route. But since then, I've kind of grown to love it. To be honest, I can't see myself going back to the old school radios now. Not as my main shack radio anyway. But there we go. If you don't mind, Jim, I won't hold it with you only because there were a couple of other people calling, and like I said, I'm on a live stream on YouTube as well. So there's 1 or 2 other people who want to call in. So I wish you a fantastic evening. Thank you very much for the chat. I believe it's our first contact. So thank you for the first contact, and hopefully that'll be one of many, my friend. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks again, James. And yeah, I didn't realize you were live streaming. Yeah, this 7300 is completely hooked up externally to everything. For instance, the audio on it goes through the USB cable to my freaky. It goes into the PC, which has a digital optical output to my Yamaha 400-watt amplifier, audio amplifier, which goes to two three-way Bose speakers, 301s. And I tell you, I have the coolest shack in the world. And then I got a PR781 high boom mic. So in a foot pedal, this 7300 is really kitted out and tuned as you could ever ask for.
Yeah, nice radios.
Okay, man, James, good DX. Bye.
Yeah, I've heard good things about those 7300s. I've only ever used one once, but in terms of operation, very similar to my 705. So it was a easy transition when I borrowed someone else's 7300. But there you go. Thanks a lot, Jim. 7-3s. Catch you further down the log from M0GQC QRZ.
Mike 7, X-ray, Tango.
Now there's a call sign I recognise. Mike 7, X-ray, Tango. Evening, Andy.
Yeah, good evening, James. How are we today? You're 5'9" plus 20 to me, over.
Roger. Got the plus 20, and yeah, absolutely fine. I spent most of the day with my head in the books, to be honest. As I said to the other guys earlier, I've got this training course in the States, which I'm flying out to next weekend. So getting a bit of a head start on the study material before I go. So been reading through the study guides and trying to get my head around it. So head's kind of spinning with formulas and numbers, letters, mathematics and all sorts. So needed a bit of a break, decided to go on a live stream instead. Go ahead.
Yeah, M7XTT return. Well, an old boy like you should be alright with that, James. I wouldn't worry too much there, over.
Yeah, well, fingers crossed. I mean, like I said, as I said earlier, there's been a good sort of 50 other people gone out ahead of me because they've recruited a hell of a lot of people in recent times, and they've all gone out and done it, or most of them have. So had about 50 people gone out before me, and only one person has failed it. So I'm hoping if I get a bit of a head start on the reading up before I go, then I should be okay. But yeah, it is what it is. I mean, yeah, it's going to be 2 weeks of absolute hell. It's going to be a nightmare, but you know, my life will be either studying in the college or back at the hotel room studying, or eating in the restaurant. So I think those will be my three activities whilst I'm out there. But get it done, and it is a pay rise after that, so it's worthwhile doing. Go ahead.
Yeah, no problem, James. Well, good luck with it anyway, and hope you're going to do a stream while you're out there. Take a nice little portable end fed or something with you there, and it'd be nice to copy you from out there, over.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think that's really going to be an option because I'm in the hotel, and yeah, the days of training in the college start at 8 a.m. through to about 5 p.m. I think it is, and we do that Monday to Saturday, and then although we get the day off Sunday, we're expected to study fairly hard on the Sunday. So I think, to be honest, it's very strictly a business trip, this one. As much as I'd love to do some radio from the States, and it's something I've been considering, it's I don't think it's going to be a viable option this time round, unfortunately. Go ahead.
Fair play to you, no problem. Anyway, good luck, James. I won't hog it, mate, and hopefully catch you on the next live one. I've got a week off from today, so hopefully you'll be live again soon, and we'll have another chat there, James, over.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm hoping to do one more live stream next weekend, so I'm working Monday, Tuesday. I've got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, then I fly on Saturday, so I'm thinking... I'm not sure whether it'll be the Wednesday or the Thursday, but I'm thinking I might do one last live stream, one final hurrah, as it were, before I head out to the States, and then then I'll be a bit RF quiet for, well, certainly the 2 weeks that I'm out there, maybe a bit longer by the time I get back and get a chance to film new content and whatever. So probably going to be quiet for sort of 3, maybe 4 weeks. So yeah, we'll do another live stream and have one last blast before I go. Go ahead.
Yeah, no problem, mate. Yeah, try and give us a 24-hour warning next time for your streaming, and I'll go out with Colin's 64-1 and see if I'll put it side by side with a 49-1 and see if you notice any different there, James. Over.
Okay, yeah, that's a nice idea. Yeah, to be honest, most of my live streams are fairly sort of spur of the moment, and I don't know if you read the comment on this one. I can't remember what I put in the description. I think I put something like no plan on this one. Let's just hit the live button, see what happens, which is pretty much how I tend to run these live streams these days. Go ahead.
Yeah, no problem, mate. No problem. I'm sure I'll catch you on the next one anyway. I'll say 73, James, as other people calling you in, mate. So 73s, and good luck to you in America, my friend. 73, James.
Yeah, thanks, Andy. Thanks for the contact. Good to get you in the log again, and we'll hopefully get you before I go out to the States. 73 QRZ from M0 GQC. Ooh, it's all gone a little bit quiet. CQ, Mike 0, Golf Quebec Charlie, M0 GQC, calling CQ, standing by for any calls.
Mike 3, Tango, Juliet, Tango. Echo 0.
Okay, Mike 3, Tango, Juliet, Tango, and I've just noticed my lighting on the back wall has died on me. Go ahead.
Roger. Well, yeah, I thought I recognised the voice. I was just flicking through. I'm on Portsmouth Station this evening up on Ashdown Forest, which is home of Winnie the Pooh in the 100 Acre Wood. And yeah, and lo and behold, it was James. So are you live streaming, over?
Yes, we are, my friend. I'm on the live stream at the moment, and I've been going so long. My background lights, I've got a floodlight up above my head here, which, well, you can't see because you're out portable. You're probably not watching the live stream, but you'll see it when you watch the live stream back. I've got a floodlight up above my head here, and another one down behind my seat down here, and they both just kind of died. They're on battery power, and because I was compensating for that with the white balance on the camera, I now look like I've gone very yellow. So I'm just quickly trying to get into the settings on the camera to adjust the white balance, because now I've gone a very strange tinge of yellow. Go ahead.
Right, very good. Well, yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I'm not watching on the live stream, but I will certainly watch it back. And yeah, I purchased one of the kites that you have, that you've done your kite antenna. I haven't yet flown an antenna with it, but I have had it in the air several times, and yeah, one time it was in a 25-mile-an-hour wind, and that was pretty hairy, trying to get the thing back down. All right, back to you.
Oh, good stuff. Yeah, I keep meaning to get the kite antenna out again. We'll have to do that. I don't know if you saw the video of the when I used the DX Commander wire. I'd used a metal ring, even something like off a key ring, a car key ring will do it, and just clip that over the kite string and walk it down is probably the easiest way, and then just keep sliding it along until you get to the kite, and then just collapse the kite. So that's one way of doing it. Toby, go ahead.
Yes, I did see that video, and no, I didn't try that. I ended up buying an anchor.
Evening, Phil.
And this is down on Shoreham Beach, which is between Worthing and Brighton. And I bought some pulleys. And what I'd done then was basically had the pulley on the anchor, and then I just walked along the beach, and now it comes down. But yeah, that seems to work quite well. What I want to do now is make like a little pulley system, so it takes half the effort to pull it down, or I can, bring it down, attach an antenna up to it whilst the kite's still flying, and then put the antenna up. But yeah, no, it's been a fantastic little experiment so far. Yeah, I just need to put an antenna on it, that's all. But I'll pass it back to you for a final. There was someone tuning up, so I'm sure you've got another caller lined up.
Yeah, no worries. Well, it took me a few attempts to get it right, and I actually lost the first kite. So it's, you know, it's evolution, it's process, but you get there with it eventually. And yeah, kite antenna, it's worked absolutely brilliant for me. So it's good fun. I keep threatening to do a SOTA activation with it, another SOTA activation while live streaming. You know, kite antenna live stream. What could possibly go wrong? Go ahead.
Nothing at all. Just make sure you've got a spare kite. But no, I am seriously looking forward to seeing the results. I did attempt on a low wind trying to put an inverted V dipole up, the wind just wasn't consistent enough. But yeah, they can seriously lift up some weight. I was not expecting that at all. And then, yeah, I think it was the second occasion I flew it. I was trying to wind it back in, and I let go of the wheel, not on purpose. And it was 100 metres worth of line went out. And yeah, she was up there, and it took a while to bring her back in. But yeah, then I went out and brought this anchor and the pulleys, and hopefully won't make that mistake again. Like I say, it probably took about half an hour to bring that back in. No, I'll pass it back to you for a final, but it's been fantastic speaking to you again, James, and I'll hopefully try and catch you on your live stream SOTA activation. That'd be fun, won't it? Wi-Fi M0 Golf Quebec Charlie Mike 3 Tango Juliet Tango Portal.
Yeah, well, I don't know when we're going to do that yet. It's something I've kind of threatened to do a few times, but never actually live streamed with the kite antenna. I've live streamed SOTA with other antennas, but not with the kite antenna. So it'll be an interesting experiment. We'll see how we go. Probably it'll probably be a good month or two after I get back from my training course in the States. We'll have a look at that and see what we can do with it. All right, thanks a lot, Toby. Good to get you in the log again, and best 7.3s. You have a fantastic weekend, my friend.
Yeah, thanks very much. I'll keep an eye out for that live stream. 23, James. Have a good trip in America.
Yeah, cheers, mate. All the best. QRZ M0GQC.
Mike Whiskey 0, Delta November Fox, DNF, Mike Whiskey 0, Delta November Fox.
Evening, Carl. Got you. Mike Whiskey 0, Delta November Foxtrot. Reporting the next over. I actually wasn't looking at the meter. Go ahead.
Okay, then, James, you're 5 and 9 plus 20 this evening. Hand conditions are very noise in the band, but my noise level is 7, and you're 5 9 plus. I'm QRP again tonight. I'm running 5 watts on 40 meters. I'm getting everything ready for the weekend for the CC Worldwide. I've had a massive problem with one computer, and I switched it off, and it's staying off now. I don't know, I told you, I've repaired the 10 with radio and that sort of thing, but it's not working with the computer, so I don't know what's happening there. But I'm on the ICOM tonight, and I'm running 5, maybe 6 watts on the ICOM. So I think for QRP, it's well below 10 watts there, James.
Yeah, well, that's one of those big debates, isn't it? What's QRP? Is 5 watts QRP or is 10 watts QRP? I was always told anything less than 10 watts is QRP, but some people seem to argue 5 watts. But either way, you're well within that. You're giving me about a 5.8, occasionally scraping the 5.9. I'll call it 5.9 in the log, but a little bit of QSB on you, somewhere between 5.8 and 5.9. So doing lovely with your 5 watts QRP there, Carl. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm using the loop tonight, horizontal loop, which is up to 25 feet there. It runs down the garden about 45 feet, across the garden, another 45 back up around, and I've got a shed in the corner there coming down with a mast with a 4-to-1 balance, and it's in the smart tuner, James. That's what I'm using tonight with this low power. That smart tuner handles 300 watts maximum, but I don't think I've ever gone over 100 watts in this smart tuner. Anyway, James, I want to hold it. There are lots of things I've seen, like the station just said, prior to me calling you there. So Nice to work you once again. Put you on the log, and I'm now going QRT to shower mode in the house there, and I wouldn't fancy putting a kite up tonight with the wind and rain we got in South Wales. Back to you.
Yeah, it sounds a bit lively down there by the sounds of it with the weather. I guess it's getting towards that time of year. Thanks a lot, Carl. Thank you for the contact, and good to work you, and I'll catch you further down the log, as they say. You have a great weekend. From M0GQC, all the best, Carl. 7-3.
Hope I work on the CK worldwide again.
Yeah, I'll see how we go. I'm kind of tied up on the Sunday, but I might do something on the Saturday, so might work you then. All the best.
Can I get James Mike 0 Delta November Fox or
QRZ M0GQC. Oh, sounds like it's gone quiet. Okay, final calls then. We'll call it a night. This is Mike 0 Golf Quebec Charlie M0GQC. Any final calls before I pull the plug? Nothing heard. In that case, M0GQC is QRT. Thanks a lot, folks, and thanks for all the contacts, and also good evening if there's any shortwave listeners as well. Right. Well, I do try and read the live chat whilst I'm going through it. It doesn't always work, but scan back. Sorry, excuse me. So, yeah, Matt Fraser trying to get through. He made it through in the end, and so someone said, yeah, go on with that 10 watts. A couple of people doing intermediate license. Yeah, go for it. And it's probably a really good time to do the intermediate license, actually, because if the proposal from Ofcom goes through, you'll be able to run 100 watts, which is basically what most people run these days anyway. I know some people like myself run linears, but truth be told, 100 watts, you're kind of winning anyway. A significant jump from foundation, but good fun to rise to the challenge. Is the intermediate a big jump from the foundation? To be honest, I'm probably not the best person to comment on this because it's so long since I did my foundation and intermediate. It's probably not fair for me to comment, to be fair. Paul's taking his foundation course now, so well, fingers crossed for you, Paul, and let us know when you get your license. Once you get yourself set up, give us a call, mate. Love to have a QSO with you. And then yeah, we got Darren here and Nathan ripping into me for going to America. Nathan says, how do you all let me tell you about them survival bunkers? Yeah, absolutely no plans to go down the prepper route on this channel. Yeah, that was the American expat I was talking to in Germany. I asked if he was an American expat, and Nathan says, "Oh, German that learned English watching Dallas in the 80s." Darren says he's just seen the price of the Flex. Yeah, they're not cheap. Nice radios, but they're not cheap. Called Flex because you need a flexible rate mortgage for it. There's probably a certain amount of truth in that, actually. I've literally just paid it off, and I've had it a couple of months, so it's taken me a while to pay it off. To be fair, I actually got quite a good deal on that one. That's the 6600, which is the more advanced model, but I got it second hand, but it was box open, but I don't think it had been used. So I got the 6600, which is the upper tier model, got a few extras on it. I got that for the same price as the 6400, which is the base model. So I did okay with that one. Yeah, pay rise, more radio gear. Hey, have you actually seen this? I know you can't really see it on camera, but I've got shelves of equipment up here. There's just radio equipment everywhere. I don't think I need any more. Yeah, and then the lights fell. I've lost the lights on the back wall here, so I've just got one bright light shining in my face, and the rest of the room is pitch black now. Again, you can't see it on camera because you got the floodlight there, and you can only see a small area around me. But yeah, it's absolutely pitch black in here. So put a coin in the meter. Yeah, thanks for the live stream. Oh, radio's still on. Oops. Sorry, guys. Yeah, clumsy on my part. Right. Yeah, I think we'll call it a night there. Big thank you to all the guys that called in, and well done to all the guys that got through, especially the guys on 10 watts. I know it can be a bit of a challenge on 10 watts. There's a lot of QRO stations there, so well done, guys, and a big thank you to the guys on the chat as well. As we said, I've said quite a few times tonight, I am disappearing out to the States for 2 weeks, and you know, I'll be by the time I actually film some material when I get back and edit it and all the rest of it, I'll probably be a little bit quiet on YouTube for about 3, maybe 4 weeks. So we'll have I'll do another live stream sometime next week, and we'll have one last hurrah before I disappear, and then like I say, I'll be a little bit quiet for a few weeks. So yeah, 7-3's in the comments in the chat, and I'll catch you all hopefully next week, if not when I get back from the States. Thanks a lot, folks. 7-3. Good night.